welcome to today's ASMR video. So, in this video, I have something a little bit different for you than what I usually upload. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you some life lessons that I learned in my 24 years of living in this planet. But before we get started, I just want to say real quick, these are not facts, okay? If you see something as not true or not valid, that is completely fine. We are two different human beings and we have two different opinions, and that's completely fine, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get started. First life lesson I would say is arguing is useless for the most part. I believe that arguing is a big, huge, humongous waste of time and effort, which both are limited and precious resources, and you should not be wasting them on stuff like this. I believe that going on debates, trying to convince people with what you think is the truth, and them trying to convince you with what they think is the truth, is just a huge waste of time that leads nowhere, for the most part, of course. I find it funny when I'm browsing Facebook, for example, and I see people, type in 10-page essays in the comments trying to convince another person, with their version of the truth, and the other person is doing the same, and of course doesn't work. At some point it gets toxic and they start calling each other names. I'm like, bro, do you really have that much time in your hand to be wasting it trying to convince another stranger with what you think is the truth? I just never understood that. In many instances, I just fake agree to stuff just to get it over with, because I don't like arguing. I just think it's a huge waste of time. So yeah, I would rather direct that energy into something more productive. Have you ever seen a Democrat convincing a Republican or a Republican convincing a Democrat? Never happened, at least that I'm aware of. So just, if you believe in something, that's cool. Just save your energy. Spending time trying to kiss my own elbow is more fun and probably more productive than arguing with people. Like, for real. I wish it would work, but it doesn't work for the most part. Anyways, next life lesson I would say, money buys pleasure but not happiness. I believe happiness is much deeper than that, and materialistic stuff does not fix your mental or emotional problems. Yeah, I believe money buys pleasure and not happiness. There's a huge difference between pleasure and happiness. Next life lesson I would say, never make assumptions. It's always too early to predict the results. I think there's no need to elaborate on this one. It's pretty self-explanatory. Never make assumptions, never judge anything before it's done. Yeah, that's it really. Comparison is the thief of joy. Now, I do believe in this, but unfortunately, it's really hard not to compare yourself to other people. But I try my best not to do it as often because I believe, at least for me personally, it's one of the main reasons for my depression. So I try to do it as, not very often. Alright, next life lesson. Before you dive into something, make sure you calculate your risks. Not doing so is not called following your dreams, it's called being ignorant. You need to calculate your risks before doing anything, and always have a backup plan. Never put your eggs in one basket. I am doing it now because it's too late and I don't really have another option. But please, whatever you do in life, make sure you calculate your risks. Do not go all in, and have a backup plan. Because, you never know. You never know if that stuff doesn't work out. Yeah. Say no more often. I am so guilty of this. I find it really difficult to say no to people. So what I end up doing is I just ignore, or I just make up excuses or stuff just to get it over with. And it's really bad. I still cannot say no to some people, but you wanna have like a strong personality, and you wanna say no when you need to say no. Not doing so will really hurt you, and hurt you very badly. So learn to say no when you feel like you need to say no. Next life lesson. Procrastination is your biggest enemy. The comfort zone is a good place to visit, but not to live in. You wanna keep moving, keep doing stuff. Procrastinating is very sweet, but it's very sweet, but it's really easy to get complacent. Procrastination messes up your momentum, and trust me, once you lose momentum, it's really hard to build it back up. So stop procrastinating. Also, this rooster needs to stop as well. I'm trying not to swear. Trust your gut. I don't remember one time my gut, was wrong. Never. Sometimes all the logical explanations and the mathematical explanations just point one way, and your gut points the other way, and 99% of the time your gut ends up being right. So follow your gut. Negative thoughts lead to poor decisions. You wanna keep the positive vibes going, to keep your mind sharp and make the right decisions. You determine your worth, or at least you should, because if you let other people do it for you, that's fine, they're gonna do it for you, just don't cry about it later. You determine your worth. People's opinions are biased, so know your worth. More stuff will not make you happier. I'm so guilty of this. I try to. Sometimes I just end up buying a lot of stuff that I don't really need just to fill that emotional void. doesn't fill it, it just gets deeper. If you have an emotional problem or a mental problem, you gotta fix it. Buying stuff will not fix it. Let go or be dragged. I guess this one is self-explanatory as well. No need to elaborate. Just let go or be dragged. The choice is yours. High expectations lead to disappointment. I guess I heard this one in the video game God of War. The main protagonist say to his son, when you expect nothing, you are the happiest. But when you have high expectations, it just leads to disappointment. Something like that, but you get the point. Everyone will not like you, and that is okay. I remember a comedian Bill Burr once said in an interview, he said, you cannot please everyone, and that should not be your goal. He said, I don't need everyone to like me. I just need enough people to enjoy my stuff so I can fill a stage and make a sustainable living, which is very true. You don't need everyone to like you, and that, that is impossible. So stop chasing people's approval. Someone just sent me a message. Oh, Lindsay. She said, anything good on PS Now lately? Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I last played on PlayStation. Since I got this PC, I very rarely touch my PlayStation. I'm gonna check it out. I guess they added the Borderlands 3. So, yeah, other than that, I'm not really aware of what's new. Alright, let me get some water. Need to clear my throat. Work hard, but be smart as to where you invest your hard work. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. Hard work or working hard does not equal, big results. You gotta be smart about it too. You wanna work smart and hard at the same time. Next life lesson is healing is not linear. Again, I don't feel like I need to elaborate on this. I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean. Healing is not linear. Be rational with your decisions and know when to activate your emotions. You do not want to use your emotions all the time, otherwise you're just gonna be a vulnerable mess. Rational is not always fun. Oh my god, another person sent me a message. What was I saying? Yeah, rational is not always fun, but it's always right. I mean, for the most part. So use your brain. You don't always get what you want, and you just gotta get used to that. That's just life. Never rely on anyone or anything that is variable. If you have someone in your life now that is very kind, very sweet, I don't care. Do not for a second rely on that person, because people change. You want to rely on yourself. You do not want to rely on anything that is variable, otherwise you're gonna regret it later on. Oh boy, you're gonna be surprised Because, all of us, we all have or had, known some people who we never ever imagined they would turn out the way they turned out to be. And surprise. Last fact, I don't want to be the health guru here because I'm not in the best shape myself as well. But make sure to work out. And working out is refreshing for the brain just as much as it is for the body, if not more. When I work out, it's not really to get in shape for me personally. It's good. The results are good when you get in shape, but it's mainly for the mental results. Working out is just so refreshing, and it keeps your brain sharp. And when you finish working out, you just have this feeling of satisfaction. I'm not sure if it's like it releases some hormones, or I don't know what it is, some chemical reaction, but you just feel so good. You feel refreshed, and you are ready to tackle your problems. So yeah, this is my modest list of life advices. Let me know if you have anything for me. I would be more than happy to check it out, because we all need advices. And if you think any of the advices or the life lessons that I mentioned are not really true or valid, as I said, it's all good. We're different people. Alright, that will be it. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you and have a wonderful night. See you next time.